Hello everybody, this is Miqua. Today we'll be doing the Transformers Legacy Dead End. This figure is quite interesting in quite a few ways. And we'll discuss that here on in this review today. But yeah. So this is car mode. The hood doesn't want to ever stay in fucking place. I don't know. That's like it's close enough there, but then on this side it's just like I don't know. And then let me take off the guns here. Here's his guns, nicely painted, kind of look the same as the others almost. Move them aside. This is the car mode. Of course, the back end's not painted, but all the windows are painted though, so you got that going for it. I just realized there's 2 peg holes up top here, but I have no idea what the fuck would actually peg in there. Because the guns certainly wouldn't go in there. Because there's no slot. Oh, wait a minute. Nah, that could. I would assume some kind of light bar if they're doing a retool. Possible Streetwise retool, maybe? That's the only thing I could think that you would want to use that for. Like, there's nothing on Motor Master or Drag Strip or even Dead End that would tab into that, so that's my only assumption for that. But what is he? Could you do a Streetwise off this? Because I'm trying to remember if Streetwise has a car hood chest, or if he's just, all of his shit ends up in his back or his legs for the front. Because the G1 toy I never had for Streetwise, so I don't know how that transforms. I think his feet are the front of the car, if I remember correctly. But I have no idea. I know how First Aid transforms because I had a bootleg of the G1 First Aid toy. And then, yeah. And I have messed with the G1 Stunticons. I know how all they transform. All of them transform. So, yeah. Okay, we'll just transform this guy now. We're going to start with the leg, or actually the arms. We're going to untap the hood. Move that like so. Move. Just pop out those arms. Now we're gonna untap the legs. You just unfold them. Boop. Move those up. Close those. Separate that. Move that down. Move that down. And yeah, and don't mind that noise. It's roommate's dog being obnoxious right now. But yeah. Anyways, that's if you can hear the noise. If you don't hear anything, then well, that's fantastic. Because it's annoying me. I always feel like closing. There's like a hallway door, and I almost feel like just closing that right now. It's bothering me. Anyways, you just move this shit. Before you do the backpack, the arms I think won't sit together. No, they do. I'm trying to figure out what was. Okay, yeah. So, okay, we'll kind of explain this. So, like when you, because we initially had that back right, and the arms were like that. So you would untap them from each other, and then you would bring down the head area. Then that tabs like that, like that. Now, if you don't tab the thing in, it doesn't sit in securely at all. So you bring this will tab there. That'll secure the arms. And then you bring this down. Bloop. I will say he does clean up better than a Dead End. Not Dead End, Wild Rider. And then you just move that like so. Boop. And there you got Dead End. The feet, they're very fucking weird. They look very flat, which the Combiner Wars one did suffer from, but it was a little bit more painted, so it wasn't as much of an eyesore. But then there's other times where I just look at the feet and I'm like, they look fine. So it really just, for me, it just depends. It's like really odd. I will say I do like the look of this figure overall, and I think how it cleans up is good. This is like better than Wild Rider by far. And I'm gonna be honest, I like this better than Drag Strip, despite the situation with the feet. But that may be my bias, because I like Dead End better. It's, for me, my two favorite Stunticons are Dead End and Breakdown. I've always loved both of their color schemes, but in terms of like the cartoon, Dead End is definitely my favorite. I don't know, just him being the sarcastic wise ass that he is in the show. Always just stuck with me. Out of the Stunticons, he's like the cool one, at least to me, because Wild Rider is just obnoxious, so is Breakdown. And then Motormaster is cool, and then Drag Strip is just kind of the one you kind of forget about. Drag Strip is the air raid of the team, as it were, or Skydive. You could really interchange those two aerial bots, or not air raid. What was the other one? Firefly. That's what I was thinking of, Firefly. But air raid's kind of forgettable too, because the only two aerial bots that really have personalities that I could think of. I'd have to rewatch G1 again, but that I remember was Silverbolt and Slingshot. But yeah, there's that. Since the commander for Legacy Evolution is probably be that Armada Optimus, we probably won't be getting another combiner team anytime soon, which I'm just gonna say, I'm not gonna lie, kinda sucks. Just because I think we just deserve better. Not deserve better. Okay, I'm gonna cut that out. But I think we do deserve, or not deserve even. That's fuck. I'm gonna cut that out too. I think we should get another combiner, because Legacy Menasor has shown us that, and the Stunticon shown us that we can get a really good combine mode out of these fucking combiners. And that everything has to be integrated. That said, I think if any of the combiners were to be all integrated in each other, Bruticus would probably be your best bet for that, for the integration. Just being all in there and not having separate parts and shit part forming. Just because, yeah, I wouldn't mind the chest pieces part forming, like Bruticus's chest, and like his crotch piece or something like that. And same thing with the feet or the hands for Bruticus. Just because, like, if that means that everything else would be better engineered than Ku, you know? But, like, yeah. The aerial bots, I could see them. I don't know how you would do them. You would have to handle them, I think, kind of like how the Combiner Wars one did. Just pit Silverbolt at that commander price, they could do some really wild and crazy shit with them. So that way you can make it much better than that Combiner Wars toy ever was. I don't know if you would even need to make that a commander necessarily. I don't know. Maybe a leader. I don't know. And then Defensor is another case where, like, doing that figure at that price point would be kind of weird, because, like, you don't need anything to parse form off of them. I suppose you could probably add more panels and stuff to get everything going the way you need it to go. I suppose. But yeah, I'm just like brainstorming this, because none of them really need to, like, parts form do what, like, these guys do. But yeah, I'm getting off on the fucking tangent. Anyways, articulation with this gun, you get less than 90, but if you do that, you get 90. Arm goes 360. You can get the arm going that far. Boop. Heads on a mushroom peg. It's a mushroom peg, so you can only go side. You do 360 and that's about it. Waist swivel. Leg goes out that far. Leg goes back. In theory, it can go do like the little splits, but because of his junk in the trunk, as it were, you're really not gonna get that far back. You could do the other splits though pretty easily. This just a little Van Damme, as it were. You got ankle tilts. No wrist swivel, which is weird because drag strip has that. I think no, drag strip's the same. He has no wrists. I don't think Breakdown does either. I think Motor Master's the only one with wrist swivels out of the bunch, which I see why they didn't do it on Dead End, because I believe the port here does tab in and combine mode. So I think that's the reason why. But yeah. I'll do a close up of the face. Pretty nice, pretty nice. I like it better than the combiner with one. Especially proportionally speaking. It's just really nice. Okay, let's lower this guy down. There we go. There's just a size comparison with him. And they have very similar engineering. How the legs work are kind of similar, and then the arms do a whole similar thing as well. He just doesn't have this shit there, and then the wheels I feel like clean up much better. Getting back to my point, okay, you know what, I just gotta bitch for a moment. Oh, as you can see, I do have repo labels on him. I got repo labels for most of the Stunticons, and the only ones I don't have them for is obviously Dead End. His just came out. Then Motor Master, I haven't gotten his, or the ones for Menasor, because for a reason they separated them. I'm just assuming cost wise, just the consumer wasn't paying as much. But yeah, but the ones on Wild Rider kind of fucking suck. Because, like, I've only had him in leg mode at the Decepticon sticker already fucking peeling. Some of the stickers on the side of the car are fucking peeling. And then there's one sticker that just loves, or two stickers that just love to fucking move. Being this sticker right here, that just loves to move. And then this chest sticker right here, loves to move. Don't know fucking why, and it fucking bothers me, like, immensely. This will probably be the last time I'd be transforming him altogether, but yeah. He also just looks too thin. Like, just compare them. Like, this fool looks so scrawny. Like, while like him and Dragstrip have like a wide chest aesthetic, and their legs are pretty thick, he's just thin. And then I have this, how Hasbro wants you to do it. This just looks fucking atrocious. Like, I prefer just having the thing like closed like that. And even then, it still does look atrocious. Like, I'm. It's gonna look like that on Breakdown too. It might not be as noticeable because I think with how the colors on Breakdown are, is kind of details will be lost or muddled, but like it's just it's frustrating just because it's like I'd rather use the Combiner Wars Wild Raider or like the Arms Micron Wild Rider, which is off of the Wheeljack from Prime, which fucking fantastic mold. But yeah, that it's just not a good figure, and it's just bizarre. Motormaster is I really don't feel like wanting, because I do want to do. I didn't even do vehicle mode comparisons. Son of a bitch. You know, we'll do that when we go to combined mode, because I have to transform these fuckers back into vehicle mode for that. So yeah. But just pretend as a figure that's like yay tall, and you got your fucking, what's his name, Motormaster. You don't have, fuck it, I'll just do it. We'll be right back. There you go. Motormaster. I will say the best out of the sets by far is definitely the Motormaster. Is probably the best quality wise. He feels like a nice figure. That said though, he does have some wonky proportional stuff that's not as bad in person as it was in photos. But yeah. I'm actually really liking the robot mode. I just don't like the stability in vehicle modes to be desired. Dragstrip just shouldn't be as good as he is. He's the most solid bunch out of the set, because proportionally he looks good. He feels great. Everything tabs in nicely. He's just a wonderfully designed figure. He's close to greatness, but misses it. He's fucking good, but not as good as him. Nah. With what he has to do, they're on the same level pretty much. He's the one you don't really talk about. You just get to complete the set, and Breakdown, unfortunately, will probably be like that too. But it is what it is. But yeah. Anyways, I'll actually go into transformation here, since it is kind of vital to getting him in combined mode. So we'll take off the guns, and we'll get into vehicle mode. So we'll turn these pieces around. You want to move the arm like so, or the wheel like so. Do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now we're going to detach that from that. We're going to untab those, fold that back. And you don't have to spin the head or anything, because I think if you spin it the other way, you won't get enough clearance. Okay, so bring the arms up, tab them in together, and then you could just kind of put the arms in like so. Nothing crazy there. And then we'll just bring this, and that will just kind of walk that. Fuck. It's that fucking. Okay, that went in. I just don't get this figure sometimes. So with the legs, what you want to do is open them up. But there's a little lip this thing catches under here. Make sure it catches that. Do it beforehand, because it'll make this whole next section a little easier. Fold that in. You'll just hear shit click. And if you did get that thing lipped in, okay, you hear those noises, that's good. Oh yeah, and then make sure these also pushed in. That's also another thing as well. And then there you go. You got your dead-ended vehicle mode. And if you get everything lined up on here, the vehicle mode does look pretty fucking gorgeous. And the wheels don't feel cheap like a fucking drag strip. That's the only complaint I have about drag strip. Yeah, you can only see the mushroom peg on one wheel because I did do the toy hacks. They include a little bit of upgrade pieces, so then you don't have that with that. And then with him, it sucks that the back sides have the fucking ugly ass mushroom pegs, but it's at least nice that the front don't. Well, I don't have to bitch about that about Motormaster because Motormaster has proper wheels, but kind of expect the Commander price or Voyager for that matter, if it's a vehicle. But yeah. Anyways, we'll be right back because I gotta transform the other Stunticons, and then I'll show you how to get him into Menasor or onto Menasor. But yeah. Anyways, we'll be back. Okay, here it's all of them in car, but I kind of hate the panelly nature of Motormaster. But yeah, other than bitching about that, everybody looks nice in car mode. That's at least what I could say. But yeah. So yeah, that's the vehicle mode comparison there. And yeah, then we'll go into combined mode in just a second because I gotta transform this fucker again. While everybody else, I just semi-transform where they kind of auto do it. So we'll be back. Okay, now we're back, and I'll show you how to get this arm mode going. While making the Wild Rider review, I did have a little bit of a interesting thing happen while recording that. I may talk about that in the future video, but it was interesting. it was cut out of the video that was released, but yeah. But there's some interesting things about that, but yeah. Anyways, okay. So you have the arm like this, right? You place the figure down, you push it, and then now we're going to separate the leg. Okay, do that. Boop. Just like how we did on Drag Strip previously, which I think I showed that gimmick off, the whole self-transforming thing. And there you go. Now he doesn't sit as flushly to the arm as fucking, what's his name? Drag Strip, but still gets the job done. And doesn't look noticeable. So, yeah. Okay. Boop. Boop. We'll just go back a little, bring that up. And yeah, that's how Dead End looks as an arm. It's looking good, and as you can see, those were the repo labels that came with Wild Rider. If you get the ones from Menasor, it fills out the leg, the bottom part. But yeah, as I was saying, the repo label set from Menasor adds more stickers here. I think there's some there. Legs, crotch, there, pretty much everywhere, just about. But yeah, as you see, we only got one more member to go, and yeah. And I'm looking forward to completing this set, and it will be nice. Overall, as a set, this is definitely better than that Combiner Wars one, but it still has its flaws, much like Combiner Wars. Proportionally speaking, in combined mode, there's no flaws, and then in articulation, it's better than that Combiner Wars one. Stability, it's better than the Combiner Wars one. Individual limbs, Wild Rider is better in Combiner Wars, but that's about it. Breakdown to be determined. Well, he's just gonna be the same as fucking Wild Rider, so I would say Combiner Wars is better, despite the weird ass hips of the breakdown mold. But that be that. Anyways, this has been Miqua. Anyways, I'm signing out. Peace. Oh yeah, I do recommend Dead End. He's really good. Yeah. So pick up Dead End if you can find him. I've never seen Wild Rider in stores. I got mine off Amazon. He came in from Amazon. Got him off eBay. Drag Strip. Although I have seen Drag Strip a few times in stores. And I've only seen him in stores like twice. And that was only at Target. So yeah. Happy huntings. And hopefully you guys can get your Dead Ends. Anyways, this has been me, Qua. I'm out. Peace.